Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. You often don't see me talk about sports on this channel, but when sports and politics collide, just like everything collides these days with the political and pop culture space, well, then we gotta talk about it. And I am very happy to say that the nostalgia of our youth, when you look back and you look back on things you really liked as a child and you thought that life was actually better in the 80s or the 90s or the way that you grew up, well, that's actually proven true by two NBA legends who are so based and non-woke and are on TV often. Names Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley. This week, Charles Barkley made headlines by taking a jab at Joe Biden. Former NBA star Charles Barkley made himself laugh and drew an unsurprisingly subdued response from his fellow hosts during a recent broadcast of TNC's Inside the NBA, where he joked about the idiocy of the average American voter and who they selected as president. Watch this.
You know,
Okay.
people, we let the fans vote. Look what happened last time they got to vote for president.
All right. Hey now.
Hey now. So what is going on here? Well, they're letting fans vote for their favorite player and the panel disagrees. And Charles Barkley saying, well, you guys selected Joe Biden. And what did you get when you selected Joe Biden? Well, you got vaccine mandates, something that a lot of athletes certainly don't want. Why? Well, ladies and gentlemen, because your body is your temple. And an athlete's body is actually their way to making millions of dollars and providing bread and shelter for their children. So make sure that you don't mess with any athletes' bodies because, well, you'll get really bad situations. This is, again, how they live. And everyone should be for bodily autonomy, to be quite honest. Vaccine mandates is something that Shaquille O'Neal, who's a co-panelist with Barkley, was against, and he had the guts to actually speak out against them. Good for Shaq. Watch.
I encourage everybody to be safe and take care of your family. I do. But there's still some people that don't want to take it, and you shouldn't have to be forced to take something that you don't want. So
I don't think people are being forced to take. Well, there are some. There are. I mean, listen, we have a mandate at CBS.
that's force.
We have a mandate at CBS. But my point.
That's force.
But where I wholeheartedly.
That's force.
No, it's not force.
It is force, because if the man don't take it, the man gonna get fired.
Based. Shaquille O'Neal. Based. I love watching these panels. Again, these are the NBA stars of my youth, and now in their older wisdom, not captured by woke ideology, not captured by the insanity of woke sports culture today, the repulsive, degenerate insanity of woke sports culture today, they're able to actually see directly through the propaganda and the narrative setting. Like, for instance, that all white people are evil and all black people are oppressed. It is incredible to see, like, these narratives be broken down by two extremely famous, extremely wealthy black men who are on TV who could themselves play the race card to their own professional benefit, but instead describe race relations accurately. And this may be the only time that you hear a commentator on television from a corporate position say exactly what the vast majority of Americans believe about race relations.
Man, I think most white people and black people are great people. I really believe that in my heart. But I think our system is set up where our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, are designed to make us not like each other so they can keep their grasp of money and power. They divide and conquer. I truly believe in my heart most white people and black people are awesome people, but we're so stupid following our politicians, whether they're Republicans or Democrats. And their only job is, hey, let's make these people not like each other. We don't live in their neighborhoods. We all got money. Let's make the whites and blacks not like each other. Let's make rich people and poor people not like each other. Let's scramble the middle class. I truly believe that in my heart.
Oh, man. Oh, the baseness of that commentary. This is all about politics. Divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Keep the people entertained, bred in circuses, keep them hating each other, and they won't turn their ire on us, the ruling class, the oligarchs, and the reason for their actual problems. And if we keep them going long enough, in the fog and hating each other for the color of their skin or what neighborhood they grew up in, then maybe they won't notice that we are putting together a communist Chinese-style oligarchy here in this country. That's why we're all obsessed with China, along with some of the China simps in the NBA, of whom Shaquille O'Neal spoke out against. Man, NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, a bunch of championship rings on his fingers, saying that we got to be able to speak out against communist China. How refreshing is this?
American people, we do a lot of business in China, and they know and understand our values, and we understand their values. And one of our best values here in America is free speech. We're allowed to say what we want to say, and we're allowed to speak up about injustices, and that's just how it goes. And if people don't understand that, that's something that they have to deal with. But, I just thought it was unfortunate for, both parties, and then you got people speaking when they don't know what they're talking about. But, Daryl Morey was right. Whenever you see something wrong going on anywhere in the world, you should have the right to say that's not right, and that's what he did. And but again, when it comes to business, sometimes you have to tiptoe around things. But again, they understand our values, we understand our values, and here we have the right to speak, especially with the social media. We're going to say whatever we want to say when we want to say it.
The right to speak, the freedom of speech. That is what Shaq is talking about there. What exactly is he talking about? Well, this article details it from a few years back. Rich Lowry writing in the New York Post, when LeBron James is the king of China hypocrisy. In China, though, LeBron James is mute, jumping down here in the article, talking about how LeBron James, who fancies himself a social justice warrior, won't talk about the concentration camps inside of China. So are his employers. They all portray themselves as champions of social justice and courage and striving, but their commitment to these causes' values stops at the water's edge and their bottom line. When a couple of years ago, the NBA threw a Houston Rockets general manager under the bus for tweeting support for pro-Democrat protesters in Hong Kong, James pronounced him not educated on the situation. The Lakers forward affirmed his right to free speech, at least that's something, but said that he's careful. So many people, he warned, this is according to LeBron James, could have been harmed, not only financially, but physically, emotionally, spiritually. Oh, here's LeBron James in China. Ladies and gentlemen, LeBron James on China, correction there, LeBron James on China, talking about how he's really excited to be partnering with Nike and their vast human rights abuses inside of that country. Yes, the China challenge, the stain of forced labor on Nike's shoes. Here from Discourse. Western brands need stronger audits of factories in China. In March of 2020, a damning report from the Australian Strategic Policy Institute revealed that the Chinese government was forcing hundreds of young Uyghur women to produce Nike shoes for LeBron James to wear and make millions of dollars from. Nike says his factory has stopped using forced labor. How credible is that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, not really that credible. What is Xinjiang? Well, this, according to the Human Rights Watch, which is a UN-funded human rights watch to track human rights around the world, car industry linked to forced labor in Xinjiang. What is Xinjiang? Decline. Xinjiang is a forced labor camp from communist China. Xinjiang-based suppliers are implicated in government forced labor programs that details links to major car makers and shoe makers. Xinjiang itself is essentially a concentration camp. 1 million Uyghurs and other Turkic Muslims are detained there as prisoners, subject to torture and other ill treatment, cultural and political indoctrination, and forced labor. In August of 2022, a report from the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights found that the abuses in Xinjiang may amount to crimes against humanity. Got it? So this is me, certainly a center-right commenter here, citing the United Nations, okay, in our fight against China. Human Rights Watch 2021 co-published report describing aluminum sourcing as a blind spot for the car industry. This is specifically about the car industry. What about pop culture industry? Mulan controversy explained. Disney actually literally filmed Mulan inside of Xinjiang using slave labor. The film also drew ire. Citing here from Vogue, the film drew ire from filming in Xinjiang, a region in China where Uyghur Muslims have been detained in mass internment camps. The film also has been accused of being too white behind the camera. Okay, so Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Disney can't win here. Disney under fire for Mulan credits that thank Chinese groups linked to detention camps from CNBC. Disney is facing backlash after the credits for its latest film Mulan thank the government entities in Xinjiang, where Muslims have faced human rights abuses. But we need to make money! LeBron said it, we gotta make money, man! We can't talk about China. We can't talk about China. What's the LeBron James line here? People could have been harmed financially if we talked about slave labor in China. Well, we're very happy that there are still honest NBA commenters on TV, Charles Barkley being one of them. You remember the famous Charles Barkley ad, "I'm not a role model"? Rings true today.
I am not a role model. I'm not paid to be a role model. I am paid to wreak havoc on the basketball court. Parents should be role models. Just because I dunk a basketball doesn't mean I should raise your kids.
Hey, man, good for him. What a based message. What an incredible message. Just because I dunk a basketball doesn't mean I should raise your kids. Just do it. Be a parent. Be a role model for your children. I'm not a role model. What a wonderful, God, whatever happened to public service announcements? That's a great message. And Charles Barkley remains a role model, taking a giant gut check shot at Joe Biden here. Let's play it one more time. This clip cracks me up.
Yeah,
Okay.
people, we let the fans vote. Look what happened last time they got to vote for president.
All right. Hey now.
It's so good. What do you guys think? Do you like seeing Charles Barkley and Shaq based dropping red pills on the corporate press? I certainly do. Let me know in the comment section. America, not China, is the greatest country in the world. That is why we perpetually and continually fight to save America and fight against wokeness and the mind virus that is a disease that is trying to destroy our country and bring about Marxism. We fight alongside you, ladies and gentlemen, and we fight cheerfully and happily. Thank you so much for watching. That's all I got today. My name is Benny Johnson. See ya! Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears, they taste just like sweet, delicious ice cream. Salty, too. We ridicule the establishment and the libs because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you like what you saw, please punch the subscribe button, click like, and ring the little bell so that you know when we're live. Don't you want to know when we're live? And make sure that you subscribe to our email list just in case the plug gets pulled, as tends to happen. If you want to see more of our videos, click here or here. My name is Benny Johnson. Stay free, Base Patriots.